Slam Empire podcast. We've been pushing out a ton of content. I hope you guys have been enjoying. We have a strong team now, boys and girls. Okay, got a strong team. Thank you. All right, you can cut across it. Don't matter. All right. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about social media, the goods from it, the evils from it, and what we can do to avoid it, and the goods of it too, because it's not just all bad. So let's just start off with TikTok. Okay, TikTok, there's multiple different genres you can go down. You can watch anime, stupid stuff. You can watch Pokemon, stupid stuff. You can watch a lot of stupid stuff. Teenagers dancing. But if you spend a good chunk of your time watching business, you start to pick up on business pretty fast. And after a couple months of watching TikTok, you're like, man, I know nothing about business. But the second someone goes to ask you about business, you can tell them a ton of things that you've learned off of TikTok. So TikTok can be useful. Now we're going to talk about a little bit of Liver King style here. So until recently, humans did not have phones, iPads, computers to spend hours a day on. Humans beforehand would spend time outside meditating. They would spend time riding horses. They'd spend time farming. They'd spend a lot of time with their families. That's all they could do. It was just communication where your mom would be like, all right, come home once it's dark outside, and you just had to trust it. There's no means of communication beyond one of those old telephones, and before then there was nothing. So you have to keep that in mind too, that the human body may not be as used to it. And you may be like, Marshall, what the heck are you even talking about? We're going to start dipping our toes into depression, anxiety, all of those things. We're going to talk about that in this podcast. So me personally, anytime I start to feel anxious, instant TikTok, right? You have something hard you have to do that day. You're like, whew, all right, I got this thing hard to do. TikTok opens it up, spend 10 minutes in it. It makes you forget about the hard challenges you got in your day. Eventually you come down to a cool, and then you go and do your thing. Now, sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes you get into it and you're like, dang, all right, well, I don't want to leave TikTok. You swipe out of TikTok, you stand up, and then you go to your phone, and your brain is literally, without your brain thinking of opening up TikTok, your thumbs just go to it, immediately press TikTok, boom, it opens up. And then boom, you're like, okay, this is actually a funny video. Let me watch this whole thing. And then you're on to the next video, so on. So anxiety and depression, it can solve short term of those things. Like literally 30 seconds of TikTok will make you forget your day. But that is an unhealthy route to go down, because the more time you spend on social media, the less time you spend in real life. And real life is the only challenge that will get you over those things. Back in the day, people, if they had really hard challenges that gave them anxiety and depression, they would just simply do it. And eventually, they'd motivate themselves enough to do it. So if you're spending a good chunk of your time on social media, you're taking away from that inner alpha self, that inner whatever self you want to call that motivational beast that's going to get you to actually accomplish these things. So that's just a quick wrap on my opinions on social media, okay? Now we're going to talk about the good. The good is you can make millions of dollars off of social media. People have done it. People are doing it. People in my team are going to be making me do that soon, hopefully, right, Jacob? Yeah. So I actually use social media for good. I'm not going to lie, I spend about an hour or two on TikTok a day, and sometimes it's business related, sometimes the video is just funny. It's about 2 hours, I would say, each day. If we're being completely honest with each other, it's about 2 hours a day I spend scrolling through TikTok, and sometimes I get on these motivational paths where it's just business TikToks, so there are good in social media, but I'm going to talk about the benefits of creating an online brand, because that's kind of what I've been doing. So this podcast is going to wrap into that perfectly. So with social media, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Snapchat. It can go on and on and on. I'm on all these platforms. I have about 3 different accounts for each single platform. I have my personal brand, then I have my business brand, which is M Empire, and then I have a online business, which I advertise online, but it's a Do It Boys business. We do commercial and residential pressure washing jobs, and let me tell you how chaotic my day has been today, all right? It's a good chaotic, but I now have 3 guys. Is Jasper coming? Sounds like Jasper's on his way here. I have 3 guys, no matter what time of the day it is, that are here at the office. You know, anywhere from the morning to evening. I got 3 dudes working on things, and they're awesome. We had a great meeting yesterday, and we are very motivated for the upcoming season because we finally hit our 1-year mark of being in business. And so we kind of talked about how much money we made. We talked about what we accomplished in such a short time. We're kind of hyping each other up. And now we created a new business plan for the upcoming year. So just today, I've been contacting about 3 different insurance companies, getting quotes from them, calling them. I've been filling out a bunch of legal information to finish legalizing my businesses, since a good chunk of my operations are not legal right now, which what you gonna do, right? So, but now we're making enough money that we need to switch over to legal. So I got 1 guy working on that. I got 1 guy working on our Google. So we're all over at Google. If you search us up, Do It Boys Power Washing. And then I got Mr. Jacob over there that's helping me managing my social media platforms. So I've been bouncing around basically, you know. 1 second I'm making a podcast, another second I'm signing out some legal information that I absolutely hate. So, yay America, am I right? Let's get a hoorah. So, I'm going to talk to you about some benefits here. First of all, you can grow your TikTok accounts to be huge. Absolutely huge. If you are a kid that is even somewhat entertaining, or if you're not entertaining at all, but you spend a good chunk of your time on TikTok, if you're not making content, then you're just wasting your time on TikTok. The reason I go on TikTok is to get good idea on what the trends are looking like, follow up with business things through my other accounts, and honestly, a good chunk of the time that I'm on TikTok is posting TikTok videos. You can follow me on TikTok, Marshall McGee. You can follow me on TikTok, M Empire. And then you can follow us on TikTok at Do It Boys Power Washing. So I'm pushing out anywhere from 20 to 25 pieces of content weekly. So each day I'm recording anywhere from 2 to 3 pieces of content, and we're posting those on various platforms, whether it's Instagram or something else. So each day you'll be getting a piece of content from me if you follow literally every one of my accounts. And so I would say those are the pros. You can get out into the world. The reason you're watching this is because I've advertised well, and now you're here. And we're big on Instagram, huge on TikTok, and we're growing our YouTube. You know, I think we're at like 50, 60 subscribers, and eventually we'll be pushing thousands of views. So those are the pros. We can get back to the cons here in a sec, but basically something you got to understand is you got to look at how the world was operating even 20 years ago. You know, if you ask yourself, is this healthy for you? I would say not. You know, just my personal opinion, I would say no. You know, I would say with the brain function, it's distracting your brain. There's a lot of chemicals in your brain that get released whenever you watch certain things online that are destroying your mogo, whatever that is pronounced. And you can do a lot of work without social media. So I'm going to give you examples. There's been times in my life where I just cut out social media for a couple months, and those months are just grind times, and you get a lot done. You know, you may be one of those people that are like, I don't know, man. I think social media is not really the best for me right now. And you quit social media for a little bit, and you end up making a couple $1,000 here and there. You end up making yourself more happy. And that's also another big thing I want to hit on here. This is probably going to be the biggest thing, is finding yourself. You have to understand you have to understand your personality. And if you're buried in a phone all day, whenever you enter these social reactions, whether you're at a church, whether you're at school, eventually you're going to have to talk to important people in your life. Whether it's your future boss, whether it's a family member, whatever. If you spend all of your time on social media, you're going to forget how to communicate to people in real life. I've seen a lot of kids that I've talked to that just sit there and stutter. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're not getting their point across, and it's because they spend too much time on social media. The reason kids are so shy these days, so in their own minds, they think they're something completely different. They're surrounding themselves with losers on social media. They end up becoming that thing. It wasn't until recently that all these people are creating these big groups, and you never see them in real life. You're never walking down Walmart and you see these extremely controversial people. The online internet is a perfect place to rant what you want without any large backlash. So I would say spending time on social media is killing your ego. Now I'm going to talk more about that here in a second, but if you're spending every second of the day on TikTok, or if you're eating food while watching TikTok or YouTube, you're going on a walk and even watching TikTok or YouTube, that's whenever you've gone too far. You need to spend at least an hour a day outside, or at least an hour a day communicating to someone that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. Social media is an evil place for keeping people in their comfort zone. I've hired multiple kids in the past that say they're this, they say they're that, but the second real work gets placed in front of them, they freak out. They're like, what am I going to do? It's like, probably because you spend all your time in social media. This is the real life. We end up talking to millionaires in real life. My team talks to multiple millionaires on a weekly basis that just communicate with us, and we try and get stuff from them. But the pro is normally we use social media to communicate to these big ballers. So, social media can be good for connections if you're using it for good. But, like I said, if you're digging your face into it, you're not going to have an ego. You're not going to know who you are. You don't even know your personality. You're awkward around people. You get anxiety around big groups. You are depressed, and so the only way to feel even an ounce of happiness is getting on social media. I ain't a psychologist, but I can tell you from real life experiences, I'm a realist. I'm not one of these people that are going to go on studies and search up all these things. I'm telling you the experiences that I've had in my short 17 years of life, but long exposure to difficult scenarios, is social media is going to trap you into those mindsets. You're going to be socially awkward in big groups. You're going to have anxiety in big groups. You're going to be depressed whenever you're not on your phone, and you're going to say your life's terrible. And then you get on TikTok, and what's on TikTok? A bunch of emo things of people saying, I'm so sad, my girlfriend did this, blah, 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 red flag. Bro, if you surround yourself with that type of people and you watch that type of content, you're going to become that. You know the saying, who you hang around is who you become? It's the same thing if you're hanging out watching content on social media. If you're watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians in real life, you're going to be beefing at the dinner table. You're going to be telling your mom, no, this, no. You're going to start trying to create drama because that's all you know, because that's what you're consuming on social medias. So, with that being said, yes, there are dangers, there are pros, but the main thing that I've learned is the times in my life that I spend more time on my phone, the less that I'm good at talking to real humans in real life. And if you're watching a Netflix show and inside of the series there's like a bad time happening, you realize that inside your life, whenever you get off of that TV show, you realize you have that sad feeling that you continued from watching that bad piece of content. You know, if there's a depressed person in some film and it's all about their life and they show their terrible messy room and they show the terrible habits they have as a depressed person, and then you end up looking at yourself and you start mimicking that without you even knowing. So if you are consuming pieces of content, please consume non-drama content. Consume content that will better improve your life. There are entertaining content pieces out there, and there are people that you'll be able to look up to that you'll actually enjoy their content. There's plenty of entertaining videos out there of content that will tremendously boost your experience in life. So all I say is, if you're one of those people that loves content, at least consume content that will better benefit your life. And there are entertaining ones out there. You know, you say, oh, every time I try and watch this business thing, it's so boring. Well, here's one for you. Watch Grant Cardone, watch Alex Hermosi, watch me. You know, like I ain't as successful as these guys, not even close. You know, I'm a teenager. My success is based off of my stories that I've told that have come from real life scenarios. But the main thing you got to get out of this podcast is it's okay to consume your life and social media if what you're watching benefits your life and is not drama, right? Like I was saying, if you're watching a drama show, you're going to be creating drama without you even knowing it. You know, you're going to start acting like these characters in real life. And I have been in that scenario. I've watched Netflix shows of these dudes, and my girlfriend calls me out for acting like these dudes. They're like, that's literally what he would have said on the TV show. So, you know, if whatever you're watching, it ends up reflecting onto what you're actually going to act like in real life. So at least be watching content that's going to better benefit your lifestyle and will make you happier, because there are plenty of entertaining social media influencers out there that put out positive pieces of content that will better suit your real life scenarios. That's my opinion on it. If you disagree, put it down in the comments. Let me know why, so that I can continue to grow on these opinions I've consumed. I hope you enjoyed this. It's kind of a shorter vlog or a shorter podcast, but I put out so much info on here that hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to rewatch it a couple times. I know I spoke fast. You got to really think about what I'm saying in these things. The 3 things I want you to leave from this: watch positive content, don't watch depressing content, and actually go out and talk to people and practice your people skills. Because one day you're going to have to get a job or have to start a business, and you're not going to know how to communicate with people, and you're going to make yourself sound like an idiot. So go out there, practice, talk to your grandma, practice talking to your family members, talk to your friends, but beyond just, yeah, dude, she did this. Like, actually talk to your friends like a normal human being and not in this slang that you have adapted with your friends. Actually talk to them like humans, like a business partner. So that's all I got to say for today. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Peace.